Ladies and gentlemen, as Grand Marshal, Chair of the URI's Faculty Senate, and the Professor of Mechanical Engineering, I declare the 129th Commencement Ceremonies of the University of Rhode Island officially open. Presiding today will be the 11th President of the University of Rhode Island, Dr. David M. Dooley.
We begin our ceremony today with the national anthem, which will be sung by Carrie Lynn Whitney, class of 2015, and signed by Courtney Walker, also the class of 2015. We dedicate this performance to the men and women of our armed services and in memory of their fallen comrades. Today, we are proud to have 103 veterans in our graduating class, twice as many as last year, and we thank them especially for their service to America. We ask that you please remain standing during the singing of the national anthem. Thank you very much, Carrie Lynn and Courtney. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The dedication for today's ceremony will be offered by Kutaba Abloui, the URI chaplain of the Muslim Community Center of Kingston. Chaplain Abloui is currently a University of Rhode Island PhD student in the Department of Computer Science in the area of cybersecurity. He received his Master's of Science in Computer Science from Queen's University in Canada and his Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering from the University of Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. Concurrently, he studied Islamic law, Quranic exegesis, and spiritually under renowned scholars across the globe. He is a member of the Association of Muslim Chaplains and a valued member of the URI Chaplains Association here at the University of Rhode Island. He currently serves as an imam of the Muslim Community Center of Kingston, which serves Newport and Southern Rhode Island. His main service is focused on the themes of interfaith dialogue, nonviolence, and community engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Chaplain Katiba Abloui.
By the name of God, the gracious, compassionate, and merciful, greetings, congratulations, and prayers from the URI Chaplains Association, and a special peace and love from the URI Muslim community. We warmly share your happiness. We proudly honor your achievements. We sincerely pray for the continuity of your success, and we wish you further and brighter accomplishments. Dear beloved graduates, today we blend celebration with gratitude. We paint rejoice with reflection, and we accompany pride with love and humility. We celebrate the peaceful arrival of your boats to the shores after your long journey of diligent works, thoughtful studies, and aspiring learning. You faced all types of waves, but you smartly adjusted your navigation. Your boats were challenged with various storms, but your sails of patience and determination were stronger. You surfed the salty waters. You endured the burning sun. You maintained your integrity in the dark, cold nights, and you have finally arrived. It is truly a cheerful moment, and you deserve to celebrate. Maybe also you can celebrate that no more that bothersome professor will give you any more assignments and exams. Well, for the coming years, you will be tasked with different assignments and you will undertake different exams. The graders shall be people, and history shall record your final mark. Whoever does an atom weight of good shall enjoy its profits, and whoever does an atom weight of evil shall suffer its consequences. Welcome to life with its beauties, complexities, and realities. Your life is like a garden, and your achievement today is like a tree that is heavy with ripe fruits. If you would like to know how much you have learned in the past few years, see, when you pick that fruit and you chop it into halves, quarters, or tenths, how much would you take and how much would you give? What you give is actually what you have learned. Let us dedicate the knowledge acquired at the chambers of this institution to be the courage that speaks when others are silent out of fear. May it be the mountain of wisdom when the winds of madness blow. May it be the loudest song of peace when the air is polluted with conflicts and tensions. May it be the generous hand that clinches to giving when arms are paralyzed by greed. May it be the ocean of tolerance that welcomes all flowing rivers. May it be the flower of social justice that emits perfume even at the times of a drought. May it be the moving vehicle when drivers have stopped to rest with any unmerited status quo. May it be the sound of rationality when emotions ring, and may it be the sound of sensitivity when facts roar. May you be true seekers of a truth forever. And to whom are we dedicating this ceremony today? It is dedicated to the benevolent arms that were always wide open to support you when you needed a touch of support, to the compassionate hearts that inspired you with the spirits of hope whenever you were shadowed with desperation or loneliness, to the caring minds that never stopped thinking about you when you were away, to the loving eyes that regularly shed tears when they remembered you, but they strived always to hide it from you because they have put your educational success above their own feelings. To the parents and to the families, we dedicate this ceremony. Let us remember in these happy moments the ones who could have been with us but were prevented. It could have been a cry for a loaf of bread to silence the hunger that made them think about survival before education. It could be the grimy hands of oppression that suppressed their eager to sit in an institution like yours. It could be the curse of wars which only delivers lessons of death and destruction, or could be a suffering that we're not aware of, but God only knows about. We say that education is for all, but the harsh reality, education remains very expensive and it remains a privilege. Let's be humble and grateful to be granted such privilege. O you, the one, the real, the light, the first, the last, the inward, the outward, the majestic, the beautiful, the glorious, the gracious, may you bless this crowd. May you bless the University of Rhode Island. May you bless this day, and may you repeatedly bless these ceremonies. Keep us all united. Keep us always enlightened, and keep us delighted. Amen.
This weekend in Kingston, we will confer, believe it or not, 4,107 degrees, including 3,439 here today. Watching our students march in today, which I always very much enjoy doing, and watching them yesterday at the graduate commencement ceremony, I could not help but notice the striking diversity represented by our graduates. They come from all across America, from many nations of the world, from many social and economic backgrounds, races, ethnicities, orientations, and political persuasions. Increasingly, our students, indeed increasingly the entire University of Rhode Island, reflects the marvelous diversity of our nation and the world. Together we make up a community that comes together today to celebrate our mutual achievements and to share our joy with each other. Across many generations, loyal alumni have gathered in Kingston today to share in this celebration, and we are particularly proud to have the class of 1965 celebrating their 50th reunion behind the Piper today. Will the class of 1965 please stand so that we may salute you? The trusteeship of the University of Rhode Island is the responsibility of the Board of Education and the Council on Higher Education. These are the men and women who, as volunteers, spend many hours working diligently to further enhance this great university and build upon its extraordinary strengths so that we can better serve the people of Rhode Island and America. It is my pleasure today to recognize those members of the board who are with us. Would each trustee stand as I read his or her name, and will the audience please hold your applause until all members of the board have been introduced. Chair of the board, Barbara Cottom. Michael Bernstein, Chair of the Higher Education Council. Colleen Callahan, Karen Forbes, Senator Thomas Izzo, the Honorable Carrie Raffinelli, retired Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Santos, John Smith Jr., Marta Martinez, Dennis Duffy, and Dr. Joyce Stavos. Thank you for being here today. Rhode Island is indeed blessed, and the University of Rhode Island is particularly blessed to be represented in Washington by one, I think, of the most dedicated and devoted delegations of any state in the nation. We are delighted today to welcome 3 members of our delegation who are here to celebrate with all of us today. They are Senator Jack Reed, Congressman David Cicilline, and Congressman James Langevin, in whose district we reside. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking today on behalf of the Governor of the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations and the Rhode Island Board is its chair, Barbara Cottom. In addition to her role on the Board of Education, Barbara Cottom is Executive Vice President, Rhode Island Market Executive, and Head of Corporate Affairs at Citizens Bank. Please welcome our chair, Barbara Cottom.
Thank you, President Dooley, honored guests, family, friends, and graduates. Good afternoon. On behalf of Governor Gina Raimondo, I am tremendously honored to bring the greetings of the state of Rhode Island, the very proud state that URI calls home. On behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to the class of 2015. What a wonderful time to be graduating from this truly impressive institution. Thinking big has transformed every aspect of the university, including your own individual development and success as a student. You're probably sitting thinking, yes, this is an exciting time, and I'd really like to stay around and see what happens next. Well, imagine when you return what this campus will be like when some of the projects that were started while you were here are finished. A new Center for Chemical and Forensic Sciences, a new engineering complex, a world-class brain science research center where one day it is possible treatments and cures for such debilitating diseases and conditions as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and traumatic brain injury will be discovered. And of course, URI has distinguished itself as a model of community building and inclusion with its new Gender and Sexuality Center, the first of its kind in the country, located at the entrance of the campus. We have President Dooley, faculty, staff, and our students to thank for continuing to make the university a place where all are welcome, and as our newest alumni, you are always welcome to return. From the athletic arenas where URI's men and women's basketball teams are on the rise, to the classroom and laboratory, URI is making news around the nation and the world. Imagine, too, what the next generation of graduates will celebrate, just as you celebrated. Matt Franco's huge win on America's Got Talent, URI's first Marshall Scholar, Morgan Breen, student athlete Caroline Casey's life-saving bone marrow donation, and today's student speaker, Matthew Quenu, who will pursue a career in ministry. So for a moment, imagine your own future. What's our advice to you as you embark on your path? Dream. Keep dreaming and follow your heart. If you do something that you're passionate about, you will make a tremendous difference in your life and the world around you. And you know what? You'll have fun doing it. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Treasure this day as you begin the next phase of this adventure we call life, and treasure all your wonderful memories of URI. On behalf of the Governor and the Board of Education, congratulations and Godspeed to the class of 2015.
Each year, the University of Rhode Island proudly celebrates the achievements of a few select individuals who have distinguished themselves through their accomplishments, courage, and outstanding contributions to the university, to the state of Rhode Island, or to the nation and world. These are passionate and accomplished individuals whose efforts reflect the values and aspirations of our university. They serve as models of achievement to which we all aspire. Today, the university officially recognizes 5 outstanding individuals by awarding them our highest and most prestigious honor, an honorary doctorate degree, in recognition of their contributions in the past, present, and future. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa Shirley Cherry, who is escorted by Dr. Cheryl McCarthy, Dean of University Libraries and Professor of Library and Information Studies. Shirley Cherry, we are honored to welcome you back to campus for your first undergraduate URI commencement. You are a former teacher, librarian, and retired museum tour director of the Dexter Parsonage in Montgomery, Alabama, where Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. once lived. You are also a living legacy and part of our nation's historical narrative. Your courage, leadership, and inspirational struggle and advocacy for education during the pre-civil rights era go beyond what any position or title might capture. Ms. Cherry, you grew up poor in the segregated South, where you were banned from attending school or even walking into a library. Yet, on a 100-acre farm where peaches and cotton were grown in the Alabama heat, your grandmother, mother, and aunts taught you to read and urged you to pursue your education. Their lessons and Dr. King's quest for civil rights were persistent forces in your life. When your family moved to Georgia, you were enrolled in what was called a training school, while the white students your age attended a high school. You recognized the difference and courageously advocated for change. As a result of your extraordinary efforts, the Black Training School was renamed to honor Ralph Bunche, the first African-American Nobel Peace Prize winner, and you became valedictorian of the newly named high school's first graduating class. Following your passion for education, you earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Tuskegee Institute and taught at schools in Alabama and Georgia before moving to Rhode Island, where you taught at Portsmouth High School for 28 years. As you taught, you continued your own education, earning your master's degree in Library and Information Studies from the University of Rhode Island in 1976. Upon retirement, you returned to Alabama, where you and Dr. King began your quest for civil rights. President Dooley, I present to you this candidate, Shirley Cherry, for the degree Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, and ask that you confer on her that degree.
In recognition of your courage, leadership, and lifelong passion for inspiring and teaching others, the University of Rhode Island proudly confers upon you, Shirley Cherry, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Mr. President, in memory of Leo F. DeMeo, Jr., I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa posthumous, Mr. DeMeo's granddaughter, Angelica M. DeMeo. who will accept the honor on behalf of her family, including Leo's wife, Eileen, who are all with us today. Angelica is also graduating today from the College of Human Science and Services. She is escorted by Mr. Earl Smith III, Assistant Dean of Students in the College of Arts and Sciences, and a proud alumnus and former advisor of the Talent Development Program. The citation for Mr. DeMeo will be read by President Emeritus Dr. Robert Carruthers. President Carruthers served for 18 years as the 10th president of the University of Rhode Island and worked closely and passionately with Mr. DeMeo to support and advance URI's talent development program. Welcome, Dr. Carruthers.
As most of you know, Leo DeMeo served as the director of the University of Rhode Island's Talent Development Program from its earliest days and was one of Rhode Island's most recognized educational advocates. He dedicated his life to expanding opportunities for students of color and other disadvantaged students. Known as Mr. D, he was the beloved and revered figure to generations of talent development students and served with great distinction in that role for over 30 years. He earned a master's degree in education from URI and was the face of a program that has continued today to pave the path for social justice, one student at a time. Prior to joining the university, Leo DeMeo was the first director of education and recreation at the Adult Correctional Institution, a place he always called the Can, where he broke new ground for educational opportunities from inmates. Upon retirement from URI in '98, he created College Readiness, a program to provide educational support to a new generation of marginal youth. Throughout his life, Leo DeMeo understood relationships, and he was a loyal friend to an unfathomably large and diverse group of people. A friend is a friend is a friend is the motto he lived by. He knew people well in all walks of life. His love, his words, and his lessons will never be forgotten. Now, I would ask all the TD graduates, all of you wearing that silver sash with TD on it, please rise. While Dr. D's dedication to education and his life work brought many awards, accolades, and deep satisfaction, it was all of you here today graduating which would make him most happy, most proud of all the work that he and the talent development staff has done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And remember, as Leo would have said, TD baby. President Dooley, I now formally request a degree of honorary Doctor of Humane Letters be conferred in memory of the late Leo F. DeMeo.
In recognition of his unique passion, the strong sense of community and dignity he created, and the thousands of students who have benefited from his tireless efforts, the University of Rhode Island proudly confers upon the memory of and family of Leo F. DeMeo, Jr., the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, Ralph Dieter Schneller, who is escorted by Dr. John Grandin, Director Emeritus and founder of the university's International Engineering Program and Professor Emeritus of German. Ralph Dieter Schneller, you have held diplomatic and leadership positions worldwide, all with a keen focus on higher education, economic development, and public policy. You have also been an active and long-term supporter of the University of Rhode Island's growing international focus. Mr. Schneller, you joined the German diplomatic service in 1975 and have enjoyed a successful and rewarding career. You served at the embassy in Tokyo, the Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe in Madrid, the United Nations, and in the 1990s you were named Deputy Chief of Mission in Oslo, Norway. You then became German Consul General in Boston, Deputy Director General of the Department of Culture and Education in the German Foreign Office, and co-chair of the German-American Fulbright Commission. Through these positions, your passion for learning and your life's work, you have focused on building international cooperation in higher education. Before joining the diplomatic corps, you were a German academic exchange service lecturer at the Polytechnic of Central London and the Sorbonne Nouvelle and the Institute of Political Studies in Paris. Mr. Schneller, with your years of service in public diplomacy, foreign cultural policy, and transatlantic affairs, you linked our innovative international engineering program with funding sources and made connections for students and faculty that still serve the program today. We at URI are forever grateful for your leadership and your continuing contributions to the advancement of our programs and the experiences of our students. President Dooley, I present to you this candidate, Ralph Dieter Schneller, for the degree of Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters, and ask that you confer on him that degree.
In recognition of your entrepreneurial spirit and your work to help prepare today's students for their roles in the 21st century global workforce, the University of Rhode Island proudly confers upon you, Rolf Dieter Schneller, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa Angus C.F. Taylor, who is escorted by Dr. Raymond Wright, Dean of the College of Engineering. Angus Taylor, you are the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Hexacon Metrology Incorporated North America, which is based in North Kingstown, Rhode Island. It is the largest supplier of metrology equipment and software for manufacturers worldwide. Mr. Taylor, your business success is strongly based on your leadership and keen focus on identifying and developing talent. You have decades of experience in many industries with a strong focus on design and high-tech manufacturing. You studied mechanical engineering at the University of Central Lancashire in the United Kingdom. Experienced in global business cultures, in 1987, you joined a subsidiary of the Brown & Sharp Manufacturing Company, now Hexacon Metrology, as a project engineer, and after years of advancement, you were named President and CEO in 2008. Seeing the need for multilingual engineering and business talent firsthand, you are a strong advocate for the University of Rhode Island and our international engineering program. Furthermore, you have served for many years on the International Engineering Board, and you have provided URI student internship opportunities with Hexacon to help students develop hands-on technical skills, as well as critical language and cultural abilities needed in the global marketplace. You have also been an avid supporter of and a volunteer working to develop the Rhode Island Language Roadmap, a plan to create dual language immersion programs in public schools statewide. President Dooley, I present to you this candidate, Angus Taylor, for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Business, and ask that you confer on him that degree.
Mr. Taylor, in recognition of your leadership in business and engineering, as well as your extraordinary commitment to advancing language programs within Rhode Island's public schools, the University of Rhode Island proudly confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
This afternoon, I am privileged to announce that the following 20 distinguished URI faculty members have been awarded faculty emeritus status in recognition of their distinguished careers and accomplishments at our university. Professors Raymond Beauregard, Frank Budnick, Jerry Cohen, Paul S. Cohen, Joel Dane, Nick Dallacchia, Mary Hollinshead, Lawrence Judah, Sir Peel Kisalogi, Richard Kowski, Patrick Logan, Spencer Martin, Joseph Matoni, Margaret Ordonez, William Palm, William Rosen, Lawrence Rothstein, Professor and Dean Mark Higgins, Professor and Associate Dean Keith Killingbeck, and Professor Mary Louise Palm. Please join me in congratulating and thanking our colleagues. The University of Rhode Island Foundation annually recognizes excellence in 4 areas: scholarship, staff, teaching, and administration. I ask this year's recipients to rise when I call their name. Mary Capello, Professor, Department of English, recipient of the Scholarly Excellence Award. Michelle Caraccia, Graduate Program Administrator, Department of English, recipient of the Staff Excellence Award. Cynthia Blanthorne, Associate Professor of Accounting, College of Business Administration, recipient of the Teaching Excellence Award. And Jerome Sidio, Director of Facility Services, recipient of the Administrative Excellence Award, who has just joined us on the stage after helping to make this a spectacular commencement. I would also like to recognize the 2015 Sheila Black Grubman Faculty Outstanding Service Award recipient, Professor Catherine English, Department of Nutrition and Food Science, who is also serving as a faculty marshal for today's ceremony. And finally, I would like to recognize the 2015 Excellence Award recipients from the URI Division of Research and Economic Development and the URI Research Foundation. Faculty colleagues, congratulations and thank you for your extraordinary service. Please give them a round of applause.
This year's student speaker, Matthew Quaino, is a resident of North Kingstown, Rhode Island. He is a double major in Africana Studies and Political Science and is perhaps one of our youngest commencement speakers ever. At 19 years old, he is younger than most of his classmates, and though his college experience lasted just 2 years here at URI, it is as rich and diverse as the experience of many students who have spent twice as long or longer here on our campus. Matthew will pursue his master's degree in theological studies with an interdisciplinary concentration in religion and society at the Princeton Theological Seminary in Princeton, New Jersey. Please welcome Matthew Quaino.
Good afternoon. to state officials, honored guests, to the president, provost, deans, department chairs, professors, staff, and Rhode the Ram. To the parents, family, especially my beloved father and mother, and to the illustrious class of 2015. Yeah. You all look good. What an honor it is for me to address you today. Ladies and gentlemen, little by little, we will arrive. Now, I know that some of you are graduating summa cum laude. Some of you are graduating magna cum laude. And I know that some of you are just thankful to be graduating thank you laude. But it's okay, because freshman year, we all started from the bottom, but now we're here. Yet, like Martin King said, we are tied together in a single garment of destiny, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. Whatever our creed, color, culture, or credentials, there is unity in our diversity. There's an African proverb that speaks to us today saying, the tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die as we live. No, I am not alluding to the death of our punctuality as we journeyed immeasurable miles, commuting not from home, but from our out-of-state parking spots. I'm actually talking about the truth in the adage that the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. And we often don't know the opportunities we have until they're gone. But today, we celebrate and remember the inexplicably intimate relationships we cultivated, the aggregate millions of hours we all spent studying really hard, parents, promise. And most importantly, the timeless legacy of integrity, excellence, and love that we are all a part of. First, let us recognize you, the faculty and administration. You perform wonders in acting capacities far beyond your job description. You have distinguished yourselves as intellectually impassioned students of pedagogy and prolific producers of scholarship. Moreover, you all decode hieroglyphic symbolism posing as written answers on exams. You read papers blemished with the residual oil stains of calzones and Red Bull. I assure you today, you are better than your Rate My Professor grade. Today is a day when you can look back on your career and find affirmation as we prepare to take on the world armed with the rich canons of scientific and philosophical inquiry. We thank you today. To my fellow students, I congratulate you all. You are a rare breed. You are like luminous stars in the universe, scintillating with the light of hope for our human family. Do not fear the daunting darkness of our world, for you are the light that will dispel the darkness with the radiance of your integrity and justice. Don't forget where you came from as you walk across the stage and receive that piece of paper. No, look at me now, self-aggrandizement. Remember that someone taught you how to add and multiply into your dreams. Remember, someone exhorted you to study assiduously first and then use Wikipedia right before the exam. We must give back. You may not be called to revolutionize the world on a big stage, but then who said a revolution needed a stage? The revolution begins in you and in me, and all of us who have been entrusted with the sacred charge to carry on the tradition of seeking truth. I once read in a book in my freshman year titled Petit à Petit n'arrive by Margaret Trost. The title translates in Haitian Creole, little by little we will arrive. In truth, family, little by little is how we got here. Little by little is the message that our first generation college students are living testaments of. We celebrate you today. Little by little is also how our football team will improve. Don't stop believing, family. So let truth and love be our guide. In moments of crises, let us not be silent, but let us stand indomitably on the side of unarmed truth. So today we must declare that black lives do definitely matter. Yes, they do. Yes, ma'am. We also declare today that police lives do actually matter. We also proclaim today that our veterans' lives do matter. Those who are disabled do matter. Our orphans do matter. All of us matter. We matter. So we will not stand by and idly watch the systemic discrimination and violence against our fellow brothers and sisters. Yes, we are a great institution, and we must continue to be a trailblazer. We must progress until not only is URI 101 required, but so is Diversity 101. A space for intercultural interface and interlocution for the intimate integration of our collegiate household. So let the culminating big thoughts of this university not be confined to the question, will we have money? Instead, let us inquire, will money have us? Let not esoteric whispers in the affluent halls of privilege intoxicate us with the love of power. Rather, let us be possessed with the power to love. Agape, unconditional. Let us not forget those in this very state whose voices cannot be heard above the celebration of our own accomplishments. Why, you ask? Good question. Dr. King beseeches us again, let us be dissatisfied until rat-infested, vermin-filled slums will be a thing of a dark past. And every family will have a decent, sanitary house in which to live. Let us be dissatisfied until brotherhood is no longer a meaningless word at the end of a prayer, but the first order of business on every legislative agenda. Let us be dissatisfied until our brothers and sisters of the third world, Asia and Africa and Latin America, will no longer be the victim of imperialist exploitation, but will be lifted from the night of poverty, illiteracy, and disease. That's a good place to clap. Because in the prophetic admonition of Jesus, we are invited to ask ourselves, what does it profit a person to gain the whole world and still lose their soul? Or rather, can we leave an indelible imprint on this earth because we had our eyes on eternity? Brothers and sisters, just remember, please remember, little by little we shall arrive. Thank you, and God bless you. URI, God bless America. I love you all.
Great job, Matthew. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa, Dr. Rudolph Tanzi, who is escorted by Associate Professor Dr. Leslie Mahler from the Department of Communication Disorders and URI's Interdisciplinary Neuroscience Program. Rudolph Tanzi, you are a world-renowned scientist and have been described in many different ways in recent years. Just 1 month ago, Time magazine listed you as one of the 100 most influential people in the world. You have also been named one of the world's most influential scientific minds and one of the top 20 translational scientists in the world. GQ refers to you as a rock star of science. While all of that is true, you also hold the Joseph P. and Rose F. Kennedy Endowed Chair in Neurology at Harvard Medical School, and you are considered to be one of the greatest hopes for research and treatment breakthroughs to end Alzheimer's disease by the year 2020. A native of Cranston, Rhode Island, and a graduate of Cranston East High School, we are very proud to have you back at home, and equally proud that, in just a moment, you'll be among the University of Rhode Island's newest and most accomplished alumni. For more than 30 years, your groundbreaking research has focused on genetic links to neurological diseases. In 1980, you played a critical role in the first study to discover the gene for Huntington's disease. This profound discovery ushered in the modern age of human genetics, and you have since discovered the first 3 genes related to Alzheimer's disease, as well as genes related to other neurological disorders. As the director of Mass General Hospital's Genetics and Aging Research Unit, you oversee investigations into the genetic causes of these diseases while developing novel therapies for Alzheimer's. You have studied the power of the brain and have translated your findings to teach all people the means to retain mental acuity throughout life. You are also the host of Superbrain with Rudy Tanzi on PBS, co-author of Superbrain with Deepak Chopra, and as a talented keyboardist, you have even performed and recorded with musical legends like Joe Perry and Aerosmith. Yet, despite all of these activities, you have never lost focus on solving the biggest puzzle, Alzheimer's disease, and your ongoing collaborative research and scientific leadership in search of a cure for this devastating disease that is robbing the minds and legacies of millions of families worldwide. President Dooley, I present to you this candidate, Dr. Rudolph Tanzi, for the degree Honorary Doctor of Science, and ask that you confer on him that degree.
Rudy, in recognition of your innovative and strategic scientific approaches, your unflinching pursuit towards finding a career for the most devastating of neurodegenerative diseases, and your persuasive efforts in educating the public, the University of Rhode Island proudly confers upon you, Rudolph E. Tanzi, the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Wow, this is cool. You know, I'm a Rhode Islander, and once a Rhode Islander, always a Rhode Islander. You know, I believe in coffee milk. I believe in Dell's lemonade. We just can't get it where I live now. But that's why I come back so often. So, you know, this is the first honorary doctorate I've received in the United States, and it's just so cool that it's happened in Rhode Island. So thanks so much to all of you. You know, when we were coming up in procession, the only thing I heard walking up was Matt, 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 and now I see why. And I was afraid to come up here and speak after that. So I want to hear another round of applause for Matt. To all you graduates, congratulations. You just endured probably the 4 most stressful years of your life. Seriously, midterms, finals, cramming, big decisions. Do I party? Do I study tonight? This is not easy. And seriously, you know, somebody needs to tell you that it gets easier from here. It actually gets, even if whether it's grad school or the workplace, the stress level goes down. So be happy about that. And I know that over the last 4 years, you've made the best friends of your life. And believe me, these are going to be your best friends. And it's really sad to leave your friends behind. But let me tell you from experience that you will stay in touch with your friends. You'll be calling each other, going to each other's weddings. When you have children, your best friends next to you right now are going to be honorary aunts and uncles. It doesn't stop. I still see my college friends every year, so don't be too sad about that. It will continue. And congratulations on your hard-earned degrees. You know, when I graduated from graduate school, the past president of Harvard, Derek Bach, said, first he congratulated, you know, everyone who got doctorates and said, now you're experts and the people will be looking at you for your opinion and consultation. And then he said to the undergrads, congratulations, undergraduates, you have now earned the right to get an education. What does that mean? It means that you have just learned how to learn. You've just enjoyed learning how to learn. And for the rest of your life, you will be a student. And this is how you will excel. It never stops. There's an old adage that the true master always knows she or he is a student. Learning is a lifelong thing. Being joyful about learning, wanting to get up in the morning and go to work or go to your graduate school or professional school, whatever it is, this is the most important thing. You have to be wanting to do what you do when you wake up in the morning. It has to be fun, it has to be joyful, and you have to keep learning. It's your training and preparation throughout your life that will make you happy and productive in this world. So along the way, you're going to have to make a lot of choices. And I want to really make the theme of this speech choice, because choice is so important. It's all about making the right choices in life that will decide everything from your happiness to your success. It's your choices that create your experiences, and your experiences that create your life. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Your choices create your experiences then create who you are and create your life. So there's nothing more important than making the right choices. And when I thought about giving this speech, and I said, what would I want to have heard from my commencement speaker? You know, my commencement speaker was Helmut Kohl, and he mainly talked about someday there'll be a European Union. That didn't help me so much, but it was a good speech. But the thing is, as you go forward, you know, I saw Matt's talk, I saw the response, I saw the beach balls. Sorry, the beach balls are gone. I saw people doing the wave. I saw groups here standing up for the camera. You guys are having fun. You're enjoying life. That's what it's all about, learning and enjoying life. Don't ever stop doing it. So let me see if I can give some advice about how to make good choices, because that's really what it's about every single day. You never want to become complacent and shy away from new interaction just because you're afraid you might not make the right choice. Fear, anxiety are killers. They cause stress, and it's usually because you don't know what to do next. So how do we make good choices? And I'm going to tell you what I've learned in my own experience. So in my own life, first, I'm a husband and I'm a father. And I'm also an author. I'm also a musician. And in my day job, I'm a scientist, and I'm tracking a despicable disease called Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the worst thing on earth. It's a thief that robs people of themselves. It robs you of yourself. How many of you out there have experience in your family or with friends with an Alzheimer patient? Raise your hand. That's a lot of people because we're living longer. You know, the average lifespan now is 80 years old, and at 85, it's half the population that have this disease. And our government, I'm sorry to say, are asleep at the wheel. They're not funding this disease. We have to stand up and yell for elderly people who don't do the yelling themselves. Okay? It's up to us. And why it's so important for you, graduates, for the first time this century, not only are you going to raise your own kids and then say, oh, great, now I can relax a little bit, get ready to retire, go see the world, but then you're going to have to take care of your parents. Because for the first time, the odds are your parents will live long enough at 85, 50%. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but you need to care about this disease and be a voice for Alzheimer's because it will affect your generation more than any generation ever in the past. So I hope you'll help us with that fight. Now, thank you. Before going on, next I want to congratulate the parents. You know, the parents are here, and, you know, parents, it's been my mom is here. She's there in the second row. Hi, Mom. She lives in Cranston, Rhode Island, where I'm from. Cranston, as I say, you know, coffee, milk. And so Cranstonians know what I'm talking about. And, you know, parents, it's your lifelong appreciation, attention, and the unconditional love that you give your children that first and foremost are determining their success and place in our world. It all started with you. So graduates, I want to give your parents a big round of applause. So let's get back to how to make the right choices. And, you know, while I love being a scientist, I love getting up in the morning and doing what I do. And again, I emphasize, whatever you do in life, make sure when you wake up, you want to get up and do it. Because if you don't, you're doing the wrong thing. It's a very simple test. Do I want to get up? Very simple. Now, at some point, I had to decide. I was very attracted toward music. And way back when I was playing with Ritchie Blackmore from Deep Purple. Anybody remember Deep Purple? Yeah. Deep Purple did the song, you know, Smoke on the Water, you know. And so one time, some of you older folks remember the club Gulliver's, I think it was in Smithfield, and we were playing with Ritchie Blackmore, and then he got into a big fight with the lead singer of the other band and took off his Fender Stratocaster and hummed it over his head at the singer, and the band goes flying in the guitar goes flying in the air, misses the singer, and hits me in the side of my head. And sorry, Mom, I think you know this story, right? Yeah, okay, good. And so when I came to, it was fast, I suddenly heard the thunderous chords of, you know, Smoke on the Water, and started playing. Well, it was at that point I said, you know, music might be a tough career. So maybe I should try something later. So I went into science, never had any regrets. Now, 3 decades later, GQ magazine did this thing called Rock Stars of Science. It just had to do with picking scientists in different disciplines who were rocking their field. You know, they had, for example, Anthony Fauci for AIDS and Harold Varmus for cancer. And I was lucky enough to be chosen for Alzheimer's. And then we had to pose with real rock stars for this GQ shoot. And I posed with Joe Perry. So I said to Joe, hey, Joe, you know, I play a little bit, you know. And I can imagine how many people tell him that. And but because we were in this thing together, he said, well, we should jam sometime. But, yeah, we should jam sometime. So it actually happened. We jammed, and next thing you know, he said, we're playing the Jay Leno show in 2 weeks. Why don't you come and play with us? So that was like a dream come true. The lesson of the story is that you may have a dream now that you put off, but keep all those dreams alive. No matter what you do, if there are other things you think you want to do, you never know when the opportunity is going to come back, and you make the choice to pursue it again. It can happen. Don't forget your dreams. So back to this question about how to make the right choices. We didn't get there yet. So Jim Carrey, you know Jim Carrey, the famous comedian and actor. When I was getting ready for this commencement speech, I decided to look at other commencement speeches, and I Googled, and it said top 10 commencement speeches ever. And one was Jim Carrey's from last year. And I love this line he said. And I think it has to do with how to make the right choices in life. He said, "As someone who has done what you are about to go do, I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is." In other words, what really matters is how you're going to affect others. You are on this planet to serve others. And the big irony, the biggest secret is when you truly in your heart, with pure intention, set out to serve others, you actually best serve yourself. Because those who serve others, the world will serve. That's it. It's that simple. Training, developing skills and expertise, and serving others. A few years ago, I got to meet Ron Jackson, also known as Papa Jack. He was the hitting coach of the amazing 2004 Red Sox team. And, yeah, Red Sox. There has to be some Red Sox fans here. No, okay. I just had a feeling. So I asked Papa Jack, what was so special about the 2004 Red Sox? How did they come back from 3 down to beat the Yankees in the ALCS? How did they do that? And he said, well, you know, the year before we had Cowboy Up, right? Remember the 2003 team? And everybody had pressure on them. Oh, my God, I have to Cowboy Up. The 2004 team, when somebody went up to bat, what they were preaching in the clubhouse was, you're up at bat not for yourself, but to get that person on first to second base, to make sure the person behind you on deck gets up. You're here to serve your team. That's why you're up here. You're not up here for yourself. And guess what that does? No matter what you do, give a speech, anything you do, when you completely make your mindset, I'm here to serve them, it's not about me, all the anxiety, stress, and pressure goes away because all you're doing is serving others. And that's, according to Papa Jack, how they came back and won the 2004 World Series. Now, we can move on to the Patriots, right? Look, you know, when Tom Brady, please clap for Tom Brady. When Tom Brady, you know, throws yet another touchdown pass under pressure for the win in the last second, the commentators say, yeah, Tom Brady has ice in his veins. But if you read Tom Brady's interviews, it's all about commitment to the game, commitment to his team, commitment to his teammates. It's not the ice in the veins, it's the warmth in his heart for his teammates that makes him perform and succeed over and over again. And trust me, it doesn't matter how damn inflated the ball is. So let's get over that. So what can we learn from all this? How do we make good choices? Training and preparation, like which you just received here at this great institution, University of Rhode Island, with the intention to serve others, will always allow you to make the right choices. You best serve yourself when serving others. I've experienced it over and over again. If I go into studio, when I first went to go play with Joe Perry, my mindset was, how do I play to make them sound better? When I go into lab and we're trying to find a disease gene for the first time that had never been found, the mindset is, how do I help my lab team do better? How do I help people suffering from this disease from not getting the disease? As soon as you work from your heart and your intention is to serve, you will succeed as long as you have the training and preparation to go with it. It's that simple. And Deepak Chopra and I wrote about this in Superbrain, and we made the point that these really old areas of your brain and your hindbrain and your midbrain mainly make you selfish, okay? The brain's first job is make the species survive. So your reptilian brain and your midbrain is saying, you know, find food, fight or flight, reproduce, don't stop. And this can lead to selfishness, right? But we have this new area of the brain, only 4 million years old, called the frontal cortex. It gives us meaning, purpose, sense of self, identity, and self-awareness. And what's happening, and we need to know this, is as our brain's evolving over the last 100, 200 million years, We're going away from selfishness and towards self-awareness. And with self-awareness comes oneness, that we're all one here to serve each other. The brain works best when you're serving your world. If you look at the greatest achievers in history, Da Vinci, Galileo, Mozart, Dr. Martin Luther King, all of them, they had three things in common: the drive to do what they do, the desire to get it done, and the dream and the vision to make it happen. Drive, desire, dream. I call it the 3D brain, and it really works. Just remember that in the morning. You need all three. So in closing, I sincerely hope for all of you graduates that you never stop learning, never stop serving, never stop seeking joy in life, and never stop having fun. Now go out and change the world. You've earned it. Thank you.
We proceed now to what we're all here for, the awarding of undergraduate degrees. I get to do that. Provost DeHaze will introduce the deans of each college, who will present the candidates for the conferring of their degrees. Please hold your applause until all the candidates in a college have been awarded their degrees by me. Provost DeHaze.
President Dooley, the dean of each college will now present the candidates who have been certified by the university for the completion of all degree requirements for their bachelor's degrees. After rising, I ask the candidates for each degree from each college to remain standing until President Dooley confers the degrees. To present the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences, Dean Winifred Brownell.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise?
To present the candidates for the College of Business Administration, Dean Catherine Jervis.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Business Administration please rise?
To present the candidates for the Alan Shawn Feinstein College of Continuing Education and the College of Human Science and Services, Dean Lori Chico-Mascolo.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies in the Alan Shawn Feinstein College of Continuing Education please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of Human Science and Services please rise? And will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Human Science and Services please rise?
To present the candidates for the College of Engineering, Dean Raymond Wright.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Engineering please rise?
To present the candidates for the College of the Environment and Life Sciences, Dean John Kirby.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the College of the Environment and Life Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Landscape Architecture in the College of the Environment and Life Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of the Environment and Life Sciences please rise?
To present the candidates for the College of Nursing, Dean Mary Sullivan.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the College of Nursing please rise?
To present the candidates for the College of Pharmacy, Dean Paul Larrett.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceutical Sciences in the College of Pharmacy please rise?
Well, we're at that moment, President Dooley. I present to you these candidates for the bachelor's degrees in course and ask that you confer on them their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Education in the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, and upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all of the rights, the privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and I congratulate you all on behalf of the entire university.
Bachelors, please be seated. Sorry to ruin the party. President Dooley, to present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy, Dean Paul Larrett.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy in the College of Pharmacy please rise?
President Dooley, I present to you these candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy and ask that you confer on them their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Education in the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, and upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and I congratulate you all on behalf of the entire university. Congratulations. Please be seated. Two brief matters remain before us. As you have noticed, I hope, that when we award degrees, even honorary degrees, we do so with all the rights, privileges, and responsibility pertaining thereto. These words are very common in commencement ceremonies all across America and steeped in tradition, but they are not unthoughtfully pronounced. Since I have pronounced them already, I thought I should share with you what they mean. The first word in our incantation, rights, has perhaps the most obvious meaning in the current context. You have or will have the right to assert that you have been awarded a degree from the University of Rhode Island, to display that degree, and to claim the legacy of this distinguished university. With that comes the privilege of joining in a new way a community of which you may or may not have previously been a part. It is a distinguished community composed of many diverse individuals of high achievement, of big vision, and bold purpose. Is it a community over 120,000 strong? By joining that community, you accept the responsibilities as well as the privileges of belonging. The foremost responsibility are to honor those who belong with you, to work to make our community stronger, and to bring it honor. Whether you intend it or not, whether you ever think consciously about it again or not, these are indeed the terms by which you accept your degree: honorary, baccalaureate, master's, or doctorate. It is in part our mutual pledge to one another that we accept the responsibilities as well as the rights and privileges that gives our commencement ceremonies their lasting meaning. You'll be welcomed into this community today by Louise Thorson, MBA of the class of 1985, who is the president of the University of Rhode Island Alumni Association. She is an outstanding leader of that association, and I hope that each of you will feel great pride and honor in becoming a member. Will you please welcome Ms. Thorson to the podium?
Right now, all of you are thinking, can we just stop with the speeches and get on to the celebration? Yes, we can. However, there is one thing I need to do before we get there, so bear with me just a second. As the president said, we are now 120,000 alumni strong. Can you imagine the amount of networking that gives you? So think about it as you move on in your lives. I'm here to assure you, as a newly minted alumni, you are still just as much a member of this community as you were as a student. You, our alumni, are always there for you. We network. We give our time and financial resources to make sure that the next generation of URI alums have the same opportunities we have had. No one has more Rhode pride than a URI alumni. So welcome to your proud association. Visit our website soon and sign up for your free first-year membership. And when you join, you'll see what else is available to you as a member of our Alumni Association. There you have it. Simple. Welcome to an esteemed group of URI alumni. All of you represent what is best and great about this university. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And remember, think big, big, B-I-G, big. Go Rhode.
Thank you, Louise. It's my privilege to introduce today Alexander Brill, who will sing God Bless America.
would you please remain standing for the alma mater, which will also be sung by Alex Bro, class of 2015. The words are found on page 2 of the program. As part of today's recessional, the 2015 University of Rhode Island Commencement Band, conducted by Dr. Brian Cardening, is performing High Altitudes, written by music student Zachary Friedland, class of 2013. It was written in celebration of the spirit of learning, research, ambition, and ingenuity in honor of the 120th anniversary of the University of Rhode Island. Following the recessional, many of the graduates and faculty for each college will proceed to the various locations for the distribution of diplomas. Please remain seated until faculty and graduates have recessed.
Thank you, Alexander. As we prepare to depart, I want to share these brief words. Over 1,900 years ago, an early Christian writer by the name of Paul wrote the following to a community: "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." As we leave this ceremony today, let us commit to one another as the community of the University of Rhode Island to seek the truth, to pursue what is noble and right, to celebrate whatever we find that is pure or lovely or admirable, to always strive for excellence, and to always offer praise when it is earned. Thank you all for your participation today.
I now declare the 2015 commencement ceremonies officially closed.